Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Lilo, and today I am accompanied by my good buddy, Mr. Castle. Say hello to these nice people, Mr. Castle.
Hello, nice people, Mr. Castle.
Wow, that's great. And today we're talking about the legendary greatness of Batman. Mr. Castle, what are some of the things that come to mind when you think about, like, why you like Batman?
Oh my goodness, Mr. 5 million. Mr. I can go on all day about Batman, my friend. Batman, let's start with like his ultimate purpose in his life. I believe he has truly understood what Gotham is, and he understands how to fix the corruption in the city. And truly, I know that with Batman, what's cool about Batman is he's basically a backwards civilian. When one thinks of Superman, they think of his alter ego as Clark Kent, but it's actually Batman is the alter ego. Or rather, Bruce Wayne is the alter ego, Batman is his true nature. If you look into basically his heart, his secret life at the end of the day, right? He's a Batman. And just on the surface, he's Bruce Wayne. But I know we can go into like physicality and all that stuff and training, but what about you, Mr. 5 million?
No, that's a super cool point that, like, I haven't thought about that much. That's a good point, because him being a civilian is like a nuisance to him, really. He doesn't really enjoy it. You know, when I think about it, I'm not exactly sure why Bruce Wayne even tries to keep a secret identity, because, like, for example, with Spider-Man, he has like Aunt May and stuff like that. So if he reveals his secret identity, then like they're in trouble. But the only person like connected to Bruce Wayne is Alfred, and Alfred can box. Like, he can knock people out in a lot of the comics and stuff. So I don't know, maybe he does it just to protect Alfred, or maybe it makes it easier for him to like buy like bat gadgets in secret. But something I love about Batman is just like, he's one of the only really cool superheroes that in real life you could do almost exactly what he's doing. In different Batman comics, they talk about like how he got super buff and like super good at fighting and super smart. He just did it all through like conventional training methods that people can do in real life. Like, if you wanted to, you could, and if you had a lot of money and time, like if you're financially free, you could just take like 10 years to become the closest thing to Batman in real life. Like, you just learn like 10 martial arts, get super strong, and learn speed reading, and just like cram a bunch of stuff, audiobooks, cram it. Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever thought about doing that? Like, just trying to be like a like not as dark, like a happy Batman in real life.
Oh yes. I there's a lot of spirituality. I do my best to like connect Batman to spirituality and different spiritual practices that is required for Batman to even just have that capacity to learn and to implement all of these different disciplines of like I would say like biology, physiology, chemistry, engineering, mechanical engineering. He's basically Tony Stark without all of the extravagant, all of that. he's very much a great example. If we were to have like a very happy Batman lifestyle, he's a really good guide. I don't know if his methods are 100% aligned to what we would want to do. Maybe for like recreational,
like breaking people's bones and stuff.
Yeah, like have you ever seen like a Batman v Superman fight scene in the warehouse?
I don't know if I've seen all of it. Was that like an animated one or real actors?
This was the live action. This was
I haven't
Zack
seen.
Snyder.
But
I haven't seen it actually, but I've seen the fights, and Batman has just amazing physicality where he would just like grapple someone and he would pull them and he would just like break their back against the wall with the box.
What?
He would throw a box against the wall. It was wild. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I would definitely want to embody Batman's discipline. He does transcendental meditation according to the comics. He does cold shower immersion so that he can like transmute all of his energy into his mind, just so that he can stay disciplined. He doesn't drink alcohol because at parties it would inhibit his thinking. So he just sticks to soda or something like that, so that he stays sharp in case like the Joker or the Riddler comes out of nowhere. I mean, how I can apply that, we can apply that into our day-to-day life. I've learned that when you stay focused on your goal and your morals and ethics, you could definitely become your own superhero in your own reality. and anything that's actually hindering that outcome, then it's not necessarily good or bad. It's just what could you improve on in this discipline of reading, or what can you improve in this discipline in your pull-up routine? Because in like the Batfleck, his name is Ben Affleck playing Batman. He did like weighted pull-ups with like 180 pounds, like 4 plates stacked, wrapped a belt. He started doing pull-ups, and like, my gosh. So like, where can you improve as Batman in reality? And essentially just stay focused and disciplined. But did you have any of those connections that you found with Batman as well in your day-to-day, Mr. 5 Mil?
Well, like, I was liking what you're saying. Like, if I was understanding you right, you were saying like Batman is kind of like Captain America, where he's like an Olympic athlete in like all categories of life. Like, he's physically super great, spiritually super great, all these other things. The only like downside to Batman is like he's not very happy. So if you're just like a happy version of him, then you can really do amazing things in life. And was I understanding you right there?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about Captain America. He's definitely the Captain America Tony Stark combination, but he's like the good in both.
Yeah, he definitely is. And another thing about Batman is like he's able to fight like planetary destroying monsters and stuff just using like gadgets. It's cool. Like he's fought Darkseid and stuff, and he's fought Superman.
Yeah.
all these creatures that are way stronger than what a normal human can handle. And another thing, Batman's all natty. He's never taken steroids in any of the comics. He's just protein shakes and like bat pull-ups and stuff. Like, that's all it takes. But yeah, he's super cool. And what do you think about the new Batman movie coming up? Like, you're saying you're excited, right?
Oh yeah, I'm nowhere near like the number one resource in any of the current resources for like different theories and stuff like that. But I'm really looking forward to this movie because, at least from like a comic book standpoint, as well as a story and a murder mystery standpoint as well, they really upgraded Batman to his true strength and really stay true to the comics. Because, for example, there are like 3 comics it's based off of, like Year One, Batman Year One, The Killing Joke. I probably am getting some of these like not 100% right, but they definitely model this movie aesthetically from those comics, and then they grab different elements in terms of storytelling from those comics as well. But in regards to like the murder mystery aspect of it as well, they talk a lot about, you can kind of piece it together, but it's like it's a series of all these different murders happening, and it's instead of like Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, and instead of the Zodiac with Mark Ruffalo's character and Jake Gyllenhaal, I believe, is in it. You just replace it with Batman. It's like, instead of like these detectives, you just replace it with Batman, and then you replace the John Doe's character from Seven with the Riddler. And I'm looking forward to this correlation. It's because it's kind of, in terms of like adult content, it's like it's like a big step from like a comic book for like kids, maybe even like a big step up from like The Dark Knight even though I had some like dark stuff on there too. But it's not necessarily like the main reason for why I'm excited about it. It's primarily just so it's a different way of telling the same story, but it stays true to that. Oh wow, Batman can really be like pretty ruthless in this situation. He might even break his one rule, which is he never kills anybody. But who knows, he might actually kill somebody in this movie. I think that's a really good wager for a lot of us who are really looking forward to this movie. This is probably Batman's second year in being Batman, so he's just completely obsessed with being Batman. I have no idea like how Matt Reeves, the director, is going to start with this, like his backstory, but yeah, he's completely obsessed with Batman. He's not really like the Bruce Wayne, he's not even like a Tony Stark extravagant playboy philanthropist. He's like a recluse. He's always in the Batcave. He's just grinding, and I'm excited to really see like, oh my gosh, how's this gonna not only turn out in the story, but how can I apply his thinking? Of course, like content, you got to really discern with content, otherwise you can be influenced. But go into it with a really nice frame of mind, and just like go into it objective, as well as like, I want to be entertained. How can I apply all these detective skills? How can I view reality differently into my own businesses, into my own sport, athleticism? What do I need to like do to shock the muscle, like Arnold Schwarzenegger always talked about? Like a lot of things we can apply from this movie. I don't know, did you get to I know with Batman in general, you have a huge I mean, you're great with comics, Mr. 5 Mil. I would love to hear like correlation. I don't know if I've never I didn't know if you were a big fan of Batman in terms of the comics, but what about you? What are you most anticipated with this movie?
Well, like you said a bunch of really cool stuff, like and a couple things came to mind, like as you were saying it. Like first off, well, do you know if this movie's going to be rated R? Is this one rated R?
No, I believe it's 13.
PG-13. Well, it'll still be really good because like I think I read The Killing Joke or I like watched the movie, one or the other. That one is like a rated R movie for sure.
Right.
So like they'll probably only be able to take certain parts out of it. And then something else you had said was really cool. Oh yeah, how it's going to be like a murder mystery type movie. That will be excellent with Batman. Like, have you ever heard of Death Note, the anime Death Note?
I've heard of it.
So that's just like one really long murder mystery type anime where it's just two people who are both geniuses, and it's like the murderer's a genius and the detective's a genius, and they're both trying to figure each other out. And so it's really cool. And like with Batman, if they do a similar type of thing like that, it'll be really interesting. But they'll probably have to like scale down Batman's intelligence to make it a fun movie because like in some of the comics, Batman is like smarter than Brainiac. And Brainiac is like a fourth level intellect or something like that, or like a fifth level intellect. Like he's so smart that he's just like dimensions smarter than the smartest human being. And then Batman is still smarter than him. So like, so it's like, it doesn't even make sense how smart Batman is. So it's like, he should be able to figure out like anything instantly, pretty much. I think Batman in some of the comics has like resistance to like mind hacks, like people who can access into people's minds and like mess with their minds. Batman's just like so smart that it doesn't work. And like, just if someone tries to take over his mind, he just like tells them no, you can't, and like and it doesn't work because he's too smart. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. They'll probably just make Batman like a smart person, but not his full like 2 billion IQ Batman self, because then the movie would be like 1 second long. He thinks about it 1 second, knows who did it, everything. But
oh yeah,
but it'll
makes sense.
It will be an awesome movie for sure. And like the Batman for this, he used to be Edward from Twilight, but he looks like he's doing a great job, dude, in this role. Yes. Like I watched a trailer came up for it on like a YouTube video, and it was like one of the only ads that I did not skip. I sat there, watched the whole 2 minutes, 30 seconds of it, and was sad when it ended. I wanted it to keep going. So but anyway, Mr. Castle, I think we should finish up this one. This was a super fun to talk about. Thank you, Mr. Castle, for joining me on this topic. Guys in the comments, oh, absolutely. And guys in the comments, what do you think about Batman? What do you think about the new Batman movie coming up? Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you would like us to talk about next. And let us know what you thought about this discussion. Thank you guys for watching, and you have a great rest of your day.